Hey, I'm kind of getting better at that. How's everyone going? Don't worry, Apocalypse. I will redeem your bing bong in just a moment. I am still stuffing my fucking face. I have been jumping around from game to game, and oh, I am not there yet. One moment, there I am. As you can see, I'm not completely ready yet. I'm currently posting a TikTok, which is at 181 followers. Yay! I want to genuinely see if I can get to 1,000 before blah. I want to see if I can get to 1,000 before it actually gets banned. If it actually gets banned, like it might, but I don't think it actually will. Especially with the new Instagram like app coming out. So we'll see. You never know. Anyways, good evening, my friends. How's everyone doing tonight? Did everyone eat dinner? I ate dinner. Y'all better have ate. Nom nom noms. I actually really like this song. I I have a love-hate relationship with how much I like this song. Because the song is such a bop, but it's about a breakup. And that's what's so insane to me. Hmm. So here's what's on the plan tonight. Alright, so first things first. Right? First things first. We are finishing the Genshin story tonight. That's for sure. And how do I know for sure? Because I've been saying this for the past 3 weeks that we're finishing the Genshin story. How do I know for sure that this is what's happening? Because the quest that I'm currently on is called Apocalypse. So in honor of that, we bing bong. One for the redeem, one for the end of the world. Apocalypse, no 420. Honestly. So shall we bing? Shall we bong? There have been a lot of interesting events going on in my life as of late. I know I'm definitely going to get some ice cream for the end of the story because I have a feeling we're going to cry. I only have a little bit left anyway. There's a little bit more left out there if you wanted more. I also kind of want a little bit more. If you can split
Yeah,
the
my
tiny bit
tits
that's
are
left
big.
between the two of us, you
What about it?
awesome. Oh, my headset's on, so I didn't even hear it. You can't annoy me tonight. Are you guys ready to burst through this fucking story? Because I know I am. I'm not necessarily tired of playing Genshin, but I really want to get back to playing 14 before the expansion. And, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a woman on a mission. That is all. I'm almost loaded into the game. Once I load into the game, I'll switch over. But my internet has been a little wonky as of late. I'm not exactly sure why. Yeah, fuck Genshin. No, I love Genshin. I just have other games to play. And I'm not being very variety when I'm only playing two characters. Also, here's a surprise for Lou. If it would show. Why is. Hold on. Let me fix it. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. There we go. We in there. Look at this. So, Lou, I have something interesting to show you. I have found a sub DPS damage Barbara that actually kind of works because of her passive. And it uses Nivlette's weapon. And I'll explain why. So if I pop into her talents here, and I do let the show begin. On hit, Barbara's normal attacks heal your own party members a certain amount of HP. On hit, Barbara's charge attack generates 4 times the amount of healing. Periodically regenerates your own active character's HP. And then, like, so that's the... Thank you. That's the cool thing there, right? Nouvelette's weapon buffs charged attacks. And it stacks 3 times. So I just charge attack 4 times and the party's full health without her burst. And that's while kind of building her ever so slightly damage with Ocean Hued Clam. Because she definitely, let's be honest, she does not really need the healing bonus, even though I have it right now. I don't have the rest of the build correct. But the goal here is to stack as much attack and HP as possible. I want a hydro damage bonus here instead of an attack percentage. And here I'd probably do like crit damage or just flat HP percentage again. But these 3 here, this one would be attack, this one would be hydro damage bonus, and this one would be health percentage in theory. And then these 2 would focus on the substats being attack percentage and, well, just attack percentage, basically. Anything with attack percentage and crit. And that's the Ocean Hued Clam sub DPS Barbara build that I'm working on. I don't know if it works yet, because I just started it. I saw, ooh, that was a frame drop I apologize for. I don't know if it works yet. I did see it. I saw it on YouTube Shorts and I wanted to try it. So congratulations, Lou. YouTube Shorts actually got me to play Barbara. And Farrajon's supposed to be Sucrose. But I don't have Sucrose yet. I also want to do the event if we finish the story. Let me finish chewing. So, this is the new event. There's like a little item here. Written letter from Arataki, your favorite character. It started yesterday. But we are going to the apocalypse. So we have to go to Puissant. I still have all of this in the map to unlock too. So that's going to be a day. Not anytime soon, but this is going to be a day. This is going to be a fun stream day. Is unlocking every single teleport point in Tavat. Because I have a lot to do. Because some of them are going to require puzzles and shit, so. I just realized you guys can't hear the game. There it is. Whoa,
this place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here?
I don't know though.
Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
Really up so much. Okay, I'm done. Don't worry. I won't make you guys deal with my bad musicals for a while. But are you guys ready? We're gonna hop in. We're gonna hop right in. Because the faster we get through this, the faster I get to 14 and the faster I get to the event. Okay? So let's... Oh, I almost knocked my speakers over. Hold on. Alright. Okay. So, does everybody remember why we're here? Irina ran off. That all looks sus. I know that's where you emerge from and shit, but like, oh, well, Barbara might be dead. Do you feel
That's
guilty?
Farina, right over there. She really is here all on her own.
Yeah, please don't ruin this, Paimon.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Who are you apologizing to?
Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry. But what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over?
I'm just don't explain.
Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina, it's just us.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Farina, you were just crying.
You were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it. Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were? Disturbing my enjoyment of the arts.
Sis.
They even dare to tout their archon. I must teach them a lesson.
Bitch, this morning, literally
twisted
lying her whole ass off, bro.
Once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Maréchal de Phantom are freaking out right next to them, too.
You're actually beyond devastated right now. Aren't you?
Of course not.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Why would you yell that?
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they?
I don't think so.
That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
You're about to get your ass kicked.
Farina just ran off.
Yeah,
Quick,
why
have
did
to
we
catch
do
up
that?
with her.
I don't think... Is it because they're like, oh, well, she'll be vulnerable with you? They pull a blicky. Everyone in Fontaine has a blicky.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot over here.
Olam, hey Kat Von
Climb up
D.
before the rest of them catch up to you.
What is this place?
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
Okay, now we're leading her into the trap. To catch a god. This motherfucker is the worst god? He's worse than Venti?
Paimon's exhausted.
Venti doesn't even command his people.
I'm so tired. I totally thought
One
they
straight
had
up
caught
lied
me.
to their people to prove a point.
No,
He's the god of
I
freedom? I
merely
mean, yeah,
gave in
but
to
like...
the sheer enthusiasm they displayed. You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It can't be. It's happening again.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Nouvellette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already...
Doesn't poisson mean shrimp or crab?
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years.
Okay.
I once had informants all over Teyvat,
Hello, the Little Mermaid.
searching for clues
Yeah,
and feeding
I think it's crab.
information back
I
to me.
think crab is the correct
I've
one.
tried all kinds of ways too to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will
It's
of the
fish?
heavenly
Oh, okay.
principles
It's just
will
generally
have its
fish.
way.
To be
and the
fair, this place
prophecy
is
shall
super
be
duper deep
fulfilled.
underground, and we're in a ship, so.
Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free. Indeed, I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost
Crab is
lost
crab?
Poisson.
Okay.
Fate is really
Mr. Incredibles
unreasonable,
meme.
isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late.
Fiorina, considering this quest is called Apocalypse, I don't know how much time you have.
Keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, not for now.
Yes, hydrate.
Stricken maiden.
I know has
But
water.
honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good
Ah.
pick at all. Don't take any of what
I
I
has
just said
water now.
seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Thank you for the hydrate.
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
Fiorina, you might not have to shoulder this burden alone. Math is math. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone. Your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
Share it with me on what you call a witness.
Yes, I've heard that you came to Teyvat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never
Yeah, I kind of got
believed.
isekai'd into fixing all your
And
fucking
if
problems.
Teyvat is in its entirety a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case...
I love her eyes. The heterochromia is so pretty. Oh, we're getting a cutscene? Ooh. Cutscene. I'll be quiet, I promise. I'll be quiet the whole time. Lenny!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance.
I love him. He's
Now,
actually my
without
favorite
further
Fontaine
ado,
character.
We may proceed to the
I just don't like how he
trial of
plays,
our
but he's
god.
my favorite Fontaine character.
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
You would draw your blade against a god?
Oh, damn.
I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
So are they gonna fight? Oh? Oh, they're not gonna fight.
She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Farina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary.
This bitch.
I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes.
At least she's
You
finally
are
owning up
not
to her
the
fucking
only ones
mistakes.
to be disappointed in me. I too am exceedingly disappointed in myself. But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice!
Uh-huh.
This time, I will protect you.
Cool, but like, what's going on?
Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Ooh, do I get to play Ace Detective again?
Oh, now we're making history.
I'd be annoyed
I
too.
feel like Farina just took over the whole thing. Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes?
Objection, like immediately.
She's acting super dramatic. She is taking this seriously this time, right?
All right, then. Who will be my opponent in this trial?
Probably me.
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Yep. Yeah, here's the fight.
That.
This is the fight that we've been looking for since the
Very
beginning.
well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
Yeah, she almost told us everything, though. Oh, I wanted to be on the other side. Alright, here we go. We're playing Ace Detective. You guys ready?
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins.
Oh, because I'm not on trial. That
Just
makes sense
how
why I'm
much
on the other
work
side.
did you do to force me onto this stage?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
Oh, are we revealing the magic trick now?
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people
Interesting that this game, not this game, this story is going to end.
They changed into plain clothes and came to the opera house as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity.
Interesting that this is going to end as a fight on Fiorina's terms. He's the goddess of justice, and this epitome, not epitome, the the big ending reveal is instead of a fight, we're getting a political fight.
If something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you mean the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina?
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontainian history.
That's right. That house was a magic box, rather than someone's residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Areneas. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human.
Which means we got here fast. Like, we got here fast.
Such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support.
Ah!
The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of
I
labor
can't
and
believe
work
I'm saying this, but W Fatui.
We had to select a location, construct a giant
wow.
box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path to the
that was cool, not gonna lie. Good shit, Lenny.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Sorry about that.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
True. You know what? On that note, by the way, on that note, Clorinda's the baddest bitch in this whole fucking game.
Once you found me in Poisson.
Clorinda is the baddest bitch in this whole fucking game. Tell me I'm wrong. They said, Clorinda, we might need you to fight God. And she said, bet. No fear. I mean, I know technically, she's got an Electrovision and Hydro Archon. You know what I mean? But still, can you imagine someone goes, hey, man, we might need you to fight God? I'm asking why? What's going on? Why me? Why you picking me? This bitch went, all right, bet, sharpens her sword. Like, which God? The highest ranking god of whatever religion you have.
You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
No, actually.
Oh?
Zeus can catch these hands, not gonna lie. Zeus was kind of fucked up.
Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance. It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very
Should I get the Ace Detective music ready? I have a bad feeling I should get the Ace Detective music ready. Only God can judge me, but only we can judge God.
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
W. Charlotte.
Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte! Oh, Leb Hymancy. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything.
Apocalypse already said objection, just saying. Alright, let me prep it. Let me find it.
So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey as evidence for an argument. Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
Alright, give me a second. I'm looking for it.
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right.
1 second. Alright, that should be loud enough to not get picked up on the mic. You guys probably can't hear it. But I'm prepped. I'm ready for it. I have it ready. I have it ready to play. Alright. Became Lenny's attorney. Truth behind the serial disappearances of young women.
I guess you could also see this as a happy coincidence.
Oh god, there's a lot.
This is the first time Monsieur Nervillette had a difference of opinion with the Oratrice. Even the Hydro Archon can't figure it out.
Yeah, that's still... I need that explanation.
She's an extraordinary person. Her instinct must mean something. The fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed in a single day. That I didn't witness that scene personally will always be a source of professional regret, I think.
I love that she says professional regret, because otherwise that's kind of fucked.
Both Child and that whale should have been in the primordial sea at that time. I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. To be honest, that still gives me shivers. The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when something surreal happens to you.
Alright, here we go. Are we ready, kids?
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, Nervillette. There's no need to repeat all the unimportant legalese. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even been informed of my supposed guilt in all of this. Of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However,
Oops, sorry.
Of a crime.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud.
I'm talking?
Who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait,
what?
What was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
What?
Hey.
Wait, I might have been right. She's not actually God?
Try the Hydro Archon for forsaking her duty, but did I hear that right? She's not our Archon.
I was right?
Charge accepted.
Ayo? Ayo?
Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah, even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Farina can be super irresponsible, but what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim?
This is gonna be interesting. This is not what I thought the final fight was gonna be. Like, at all. This is not what I thought was gonna happen at all.
The audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory. See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never be upheld?
Oh, I gotta find out what's going on.
I can promise you as the god of justice, that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives. What do you say to that?
So I suggested this as a joke. Like once, what's her name? Arlecchino had said something about Fiorina just being like pissant scared for no reason. She was like, this is like kind of fake. And I was like, hey, yo, what if she's not actually the Hydro Archon? Because the actual Hydro Archon is stuck in the fucking Primordial Sea and never actually passed on her Gnosis. What if the other Hydro Archon turned into the Narwhal? What if? And that's why the pictures on the wall say all that weird one in the center that we couldn't fucking figure out. You know what I mean? That's why it's set up that way, that all of the people are fighting with Fiorina and then all of a sudden she's left alone. She's trying to get the old Archon back. Or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I gotta stop trying to figure it out. The thing I am excited about the most when it comes to this, don't worry about being late, CJ, you're fine. You're actually not even that late. It hasn't even been an hour yet. The reason why I find this interesting, right, is because we as a viewer, you know, as the player, still don't know what the fuck is going on. This is the perfect ending to this entire country, because this entire country has been built on trials and putting clues together and replaying things over and over again and getting new information. And now they're going to make us figure out the ending. Not watch the ending happen. We literally have to figure it out. And I love that. I love that. I need more games that are set up like this. If anybody has games that are set up like this type of mechanic, send them to me. I love shit like this. It's like, you as the player don't know what the fuck is going on. Your player character also doesn't know what's going on. You have this information, this information, this information. Figure it out. I love shit like that. I love shit like that. Like, don't get me wrong, letting the ending unfold is like pretty fucking cool. But actually being there and trying to figure it out step by step and going, this part that I had guessed earlier was wrong because now I have this new information. I love shit like that. The only other thing I can think of is Professor Layton. I used to play Professor Layton on my phone and I loved it. I had a phone Professor Layton game like way back in high school and I can't remember what it was called. But I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So I will definitely play a Professor Layton game. I don't know how I would play a Professor Layton game, but I would definitely play a Professor Layton game. Phantom Detective as well? Okay, remind me of this. The older games of Professor Layton on the 3DS, if possible, I'd have to find an emulator, and Nintendo's not happy about that. So we will try and figure it out over time. Because I want to start, I have a whole list of games that I need to do. Sailing? Possibly, but I'm not going to commit to that. Or admit to that. Whichever.
Huh. An argument with near impossible odds, huh?
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am?
I think you're her daughter.
If I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
That's a point. That's a good point. But because you're cursed. I'm gonna say it's because she's cursed. Let's see. Diplomatic revealed she already pro-Fiorina believes it's possible that not only is Fiorina not really the Archon, that she is actually afflicted with some sort of curse. Yeah, she's literally cursed. And she believes prophecy will certainly happen, but you need to give up all hope. Yeah, she's literally carrying the sins of folklore. And that's why she's just stuck that way. So this sounds right.
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race.
Oh, hold on.
Which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan.
Sorry, hold on. Let me get Paimon's music for her.
If that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life.
Alright, there you go. She's going.
Who gave you that?
She's going.
Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Haha! So instead of an Archon, you're a cursed human.
Is actually a human?
Aha!
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
See? See, we're getting it back.
Well, don't start celebrating too early now.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Let me turn the music down. My bad, Farina. You're right. That doesn't prove anything. But it's okay. Can I turn up the game a tad? Yeah.
The difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot. That's why they're worshipped as gods. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the indemnitium that is used in every aspect of life.
That one trial proved the opposite. Fiorina has no control over the Oratrice at all. Ha ha ha! Child's conviction, bitch! That one's easy! Explain that!
You tried to reference the Oratrice.
And now it's time. Now it's fucking time.
Confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof? Otherwise, you should have come up with a good explanation for that by now.
Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There is no need to provide an explanation.
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial.
Aha!
You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
Bitch, you're in the middle of a trial.
Rhetoric, Lady Farina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
Aha!
Real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the Oratrice.
But then, Miss Fiorina, could you give us a brief demonstration of your power as an Archon?
My power as an Archon. There are many ordinary citizens in the audience. How can I just carelessly demonstrate the formidable power of an Archon?
Okay, she's got us there.
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
Aha!
You don't need to go that far.
Surely an Archon can at least match the capacities of a human with a vision. Okay, this one's for me. This one's for me. This one's for me, okay? This one's for me. All right, this one's for me because I really liked that line. All right, this one's for me.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the authority of a god?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium! Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives.
Oh, fuck this bitch. She's got an excuse for everything. I'm fucking tired of this shit, bro. Can you just tell us the fucking truth? Tell us that your mom isn't actually dead.
Stretch.
That is a huge stretch.
No matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
Damn. Aha!
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Good. Tell us the truth.
Hey, come now, everyone. Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar.
Well, you're not doing a good job of telling the truth.
Farina you knew, right? The one that you loved. Shouldn't you want to believe in me? Please? You've got to believe me.
Ooh.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she
Ooh.
really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too? And then all of our ancestors? Ever since they were born?
Enough. That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is?
Jokingly, Nivlet.
If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to say that I'm not actually the real deal?
Wow. She came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up.
It's getting tough. If we can't prove that she isn't the Archon, we can try to prove that she is human. And if she's only human... then what? Okay. A murder... Oh! If she's only human, then won't she also dissolve if the primordial seawater touches her? Now, which one do we use? Do we use the truth behind the serial disappearances, or do we use Navia falling into the seawater? I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna try the Linny trial, because that makes sense.
That all Fontainians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
This is fair.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn.
No, it won't, but we love you, Navia.
I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest friends.
We know, rest in peace.
Miss Farina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater? If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching this seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case. But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve.
So what are you gonna do, Fiorina?
You'll act prudently.
Unless she actually isn't Fontainian?
Ooh. Navia from the
Ooh.
Spina di Rasula.
Spicy.
Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
If Lady Farina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontainian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
Oh my god, is she actually gonna touch it? Is she gonna do it? Oh my god, is she? Oh my god.
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
This is true.
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word.
Oh, excuse me.
It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could only mean...
that she's only human.
Is she really planning to... that's not what we thought she would...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina, you may...
Oh my god, she touched it. Lou, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but she touched it. She touched it. She actually... Oh my god. Oh my god. What's gonna happen?
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved! Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon! I'm nothing like a normal human who would fall apart as soon as they touch this water! Really? Was this not the most obvious thing in the world?
Miss Siegewien? If you're present, Miss Siegewien, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siegewien?
Don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds.
Oh, Sijuin's gonna out your ass.
That should be enough.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegewien.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. These indicate that...
Are you gonna cut her off?
She was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater.
Aha! Get exposed, bitch!
The same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Thank you, Miss Siegewien. Lady Farina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human. After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, you secured a low-concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness.
Aha!
It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used. Farina could have...
died.
I can't believe... you...
Siegewien outed her. Siegewien outed her. We still don't know what the fuck's going on, but Siegewien outed her.
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing.
Are we sure about that?
Think about it. How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial seawater? Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water?
She's panicking.
Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your Archon.
Shame her into telling the truth. Stop lying. You're caught. Just tell us the fucking truth.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
Tell us your
All the
secrets.
things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Farina to win.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
According to the... He's gonna say it, guys! He's gonna say it! He's gonna say the word!
Will sway her just too stacked against her now.
Here she is.
In my capacity as
Alone.
Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is
Guilty.
guilty.
Oh, this is actually really sad. There it is! She's alone! Prophecy fulfilled!
The Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charge.
The world's not gonna end. That was it. That was the image right there. She's alone. She had to be alone. She feels truly alone.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Farina is
innocent? Innocent? It's gonna say she's innocent. It has to. It's gonna declare her innocent because the prophecy just got fulfilled. She's alone. Everyone turned on her, and she's alone.
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Oh, I had hope. I was hoping
However,
for another twist.
The exact wording of the verdict is thus: the Hydro Archon, guilty.
The
to be
Hydro
punished via the death sentence.
Oh.
The death sentence?
That's actually one of the available sentences. I've always thought that he was just
wait.
a myth.
It said the Hydro
One and
Archon.
only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped.
No. It said the Hydro Archon. It did not say Furina.
Farina's been sentenced to death.
No. The Hydro Archon was.
We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Remember, it said the Hydro Archon.
Wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
He should have been sentenced to death, but that's beside the point.
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Farina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place. But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
The Hydro Archon is still alive. Like I said, the old Hydro Archon is still alive.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt.
Hi, Fremine.
Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your...
I didn't mean to
Any
press
mission
space.
Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
He's adorable. Oh, they found it.
First prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to
I know,
try
he's so
and find
awesome.
the
I love
missing
him too.
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water. But has the trial already concluded? Then doesn't that mean I've come too late?
It's okay.
Thank you for your hard work, Mr.
Because I don't remember what the other three looked like.
Please allow me to review the record left on the slate. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates, and would like you to come here and confirm their contents.
I don't remember what they looked like, so I hope they show me again.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
This looks like the previous Hydro Archon releasing her divine power and turning Oceanids into human beings. Is Furina an Oceanid?
I believe I have now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to do with Fontaine's lost history.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no, that's Farina, and we've already proven that she's not the Hydro Archon.
Okay. So what this means is the Hydro Archon created Oceanids, or created people out of Oceanids, and took basically water out of its place. Probably realized that she did it wrong and she shouldn't have done it. Tried to return them all. Fiorina refused. So now Fiorina, as an Oceanid, is cursed. And all humans in Fontaine are also cursed because they were all originally Oceanids. So when they get touched by primordial seawater, they just revert to their original form. Which means nobody in Fontaine is technically human. I think that is my last theory. Go ahead and tell me, MiHoYo.
So when you say Hydro Archon, do you mean the real Hydro Archon we've been kind of talking about?
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates. Paimon will do her best to help you remember.
Oh, cool. They're going to show me anyway. Perf. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Okay. Find scenarios related to the stone slates and contents in the incidents recorded in the interview notebook. There you can verify said content. As the verification process continues, fountain water level in the main menu interface. Okay, cool. When you have finished verifying all the stone slates, the truth behind the prophecy shall be revealed. Here we go! Tell me all of the truth. Here we go.
The stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans. Does that mean that Fontainians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But if Oceanids can turn into humans, then perhaps this process can be reversed as well. The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them.
Probably because the old Hydro Archon did some shit she wasn't supposed to fucking do.
This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontainians were branded with their original sin. Does this mean that the original sin and the Hydro Archon sin are the same thing? The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded by many people. That reminds Paimon, didn't we also watch that happen to someone else? Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontainians have been talking about. People dissolving into the sea, the Hydro Archon crying on her throne, and so on. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? But after that incident, it was just a question of when and not if.
Okay, here we go. Let's have fun. Let's verify the truth. Okay, let me go back. Stone slate. It seems to show the former Hydro Archon using divine power to turn people into Oceanids, or turn Oceanids into people. Fontainians can be dissolved by water from the primordial sea. Pouring the ruin into collapse. Navias fell into water, containing water. Moving. Somehow I think this might actually be related to it because her friends were Oceanids at the time. So I think...
That doesn't sound quite...
Okay, no. Alright, fine. It's gotta be Yasher then. Right? Or Vasher. There it is, okay. I knew it was one of the two.
The serial disappearances of young women, that Fontainians can be dissolved in primordial seawater. And this might be the reason that Fontainians can dissolve.
Here we go. Okay, that one was easy. I just overthought it. The stone slates in the ruins showing the prophecy describe a history of the future. This is the second slate. It shows Celestia floating in the sky and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together, but the heavens still brought judgment down upon them. Judged them guilty and didn't know why. That doesn't really do anything. The entrance to the primordial sea is sealed beneath the forbidden zone in the fortress of Meripede. Recently, the primordial sea is broken out. That has nothing to do with first. That doesn't... He believes the prophecy will certainly happen, but that you needn't give up all hope. That doesn't do anything. Okay, this one is a little harder for me. Can I skip? Yeah, I'll just move on. Stone slates in the ruins showing the prophecy describe a history of the future. The third slate, it shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea and surrounded by many people. So that one's probably Navia then. That one's Navia then.
It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment. The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea. Could that be alluding to the same thing?
Okay, so there's that. This one's a little rough. I don't know. My brain is saying child or novelette. I'm gonna go with child.
That doesn't sound quite right.
Okay, never mind. Oh, maybe that. Okay, wait. There it goes.
Perhaps
Because she
what
was
is
punished
about
by
to take
death.
place has all happened before. The true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervalette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia, as recorded on the stone slates.
Okay. It shows a scene that is basically identical to that described in the prophecy. Fontainians will eventually be dissolved into the sea, and the Hydro Archon will sit alone on her throne. I feel like my brain's like, there's no way this is gonna be a thing. It's probably gonna be Novelette, but I want to click the T for fun. Yeah, no. Okay, so it's probably this. There it is.
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society, but not many people believed it at first. The fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater, which we know can cause Fontainians to dissolve. It seems increasingly likely that the prophecy may come true. If we hadn't dealt with it in time, things could have gone very badly.
There it is. See, I don't.
Dissolve into
There we
the
go.
primordial
My
sea,
bad.
but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater, converge, and take the form of an oceanid. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that her sin was actually Fontaine's original sin. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was surrounded by the people of Poisson in a court within her consciousness, and was forced to take part in a trial meant to make her stay. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meropide was the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass no matter what. The stone slate's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, loads of truths should come to light.
Okay, so before I click, original Archon created people out of oceanids. I'm not saying oceanid. That sounds dumb. Original Hydro Archon created people out of oceanids. That fucked with, nature. So Celestia was like, don't fucking do that. Turn these motherfuckers back. And she said, no, these are my people, whatever. And that became her sin. And she was, all right, well, these people are eventually going to dissolve, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. And it will be up to them if they stay or not. So then when the people start dissolving back into oceanids, god damn it, I said it, oceanids, they get into a trial of their consciousness, and that figures out if they stay or not. Fiorina was probably an oceanid that stayed. Like, she actually fought the consciousness, won the trial, so she was able to stay. Which is why she took place of the Hydro Archon, because she was the only one left. And then she probably did it again to bring all of her people back, and that's why she doesn't have any powers. Okay, that's the last theory I'm making of Fontaine. Do I need to click? Okay. Here we go.
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now. So that's how you can make sense of it. But then it feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking revelations.
Let's hear them.
Alright. Fontainians aren't humans.
Incredible. Linny, did you hear that?
You're not human.
Not real humans.
All Fontainians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis. The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontainians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vacher dissolved were also turned into Oceanids. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial, all of them in the shape of Oceanids.
Indeed.
The second slate reveals that.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by creating humans without prior permission. That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty. It's to account for that ancient sin.
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating us?
Which,
and yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese. The twists of history are often the most unexpected of all.
Okay, cool. That explains the Numawisa bullshit. Because they're literally made from primordial seawater. They literally just have that connection. That explains the Numawisa shit. That explains why they're so connected to it. Because they're literally water. It also explains why only Fontainian characters can do that flip out of the water. They're so naturally in tune with water, even if they don't have a hydrovision. That's fucking lit. That's fucking lit.
Yeah, isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate? In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
Yes.
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already managed to connect so many pieces of the truth. However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using a different power source.
Oh?
When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, I was unable to come to a full conclusion.
Only really said, I used my extra magical powers to see what you can. Like,
I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within. If everything goes well, we should finally be informed of the unadulterated truth.
Finally, God, it's been months.
Well? Did you get it?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. I will try to briefly summarize it for you. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct.
Yay!
In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land.
Aww.
The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the 7, did not possess the authority to create a new form of human life. Not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids. Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
That's kind of insane.
So you...
Just saying.
We were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing.
That's fair.
Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct. A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice.
So basically the trial that we're in right now. Hey, Waffle!
Experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate. Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is
the trial we literally just had.
Shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice,
which we just did.
Yes. It refers
I
to
was
our
right.
present situation.
I was right. Prophecy fulfilled. I fucking did it. So I'm good at this. Ace Detective Halsey is on the fucking case.
Put on this
Sorry.
trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy.
Sorry, my bad. I'll calm down. Sorry, that was really loud. I'm sorry.
Has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now it seems we're the ones making sure it comes true.
What should we do?
Okay, there it goes.
No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled?
Traveler,
I think it already was.
Another small fallacy in your deductions.
Okay.
About the fourth slate.
Mm-hmm.
You probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes?
Yes.
However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come.
Oh.
As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before.
Child? Are we getting a child cutscene? Oh god, here we fucking again. The ultimate proof. It is time!
Of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
Hello? Okay. Oh, okay. Murder case unfolded. Our identity is House of the Hearth. Mercy's judgment guilty. Why? Is afflicted with a curse. Oh, obviously the whale. Like, yeah, obviously the whale.
And reality.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
Yeah.
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
So the narwhal comes to wipe out the Fontainian people every 500 years or so. We'll just say that. Wait, no. It still means that Fiorina isn't the Hydro... Hello? Oh, ooh! Narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion! Sorry. Oh. There he goes. There he is! It's delusion time! Long time no see, child. That is a primordial whale. Hey, buddy. Long time no see. Oh, and there he goes again. Okay. Are we jumping into the theater butthole?
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
Yeah.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here.
I don't.
That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while. It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be
to consume
you
us
said that
all.
When the Hydro Archon first created Fontainians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
So it's gonna start eating people.
That whale finds the blood of Fontainians nigh impossible to resist.
That explains a lot.
Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. Food in the form of Fontainians.
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again once it's managed to recover its strength?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far sooner.
So what's crazy about this whole thing is, though,
he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
So what's super insane about this whole thing, though, is that, like, the original sin was the Hydro Archon creating humans out of primordial seawater, and Celestia probably got pissed because that was the whale's food. That's what probably fucking happened. Celestia got pissed because it was the whale's food, and she was like, why did you do that? Like, don't do that. You have no authority to do that, and you didn't ask to do that. So, guess what? Now all your people is gonna get eaten, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. Good luck. Oh, which means that the old Hydro Archon might have created the Fortress of Meropide to keep the whale secure so that it wouldn't eat her people. But now it's just been sucking primordial seawater as much as it can, and once it bleeds the primordial sea dry, like Nuvlet said, its only other option for food is literally Fontaine.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, all we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
Yeah.
It is too late.
What? Not. It's never too late. I'm the traveler.
It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
That's not something I will accept. We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just
I
not
hope this
fair.
is just where the whale fight is.
Indeed.
I mean, the
That's
giant
not
portal
how a
in the
grand
ground
performance
would
should end.
suggest that it is.
I'll fight it to the end, no matter what.
See, Clarin's already ready to box. I love her.
No matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
I'm good. I just woke up. Oh, you've been asleep like all day because you ended earlier. You've been asleep all day.
Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
A well-earned sleep. Well-earned sleep. Because that's pretty much what I've been doing for the past 2 days, is catching up on sleep that I was not getting. Because I worked for 10 days straight. I am never doing that shit again until I have to. I probably will. I didn't read what he said earlier because I was talking to you guys, I'm sorry. Moko? Yeah, I'll do it right now. Yeah, what is her real secret? Because, hear me out, we proved that she's not the Hydro Archon, but who is?
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Furina?
Furina!
Oh, God. She doesn't even care.
I still need answers.
Go! Her teardrop teleported me? Question mark? Whoa. I won't do anything. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm waiting. I'm waiting until you guys are back. Because that wasn't Furina. That wasn't Furina. Oh, I can't stop the cutscene. Oh. Was I right? Oh, she looks just like her.
You.
She looks just like her. Oh no, is this her mom? Is this actually her mom? I'm gonna wait. Okay, I got 30 seconds. Okay, hold on. This is what I saw. I haven't seen any of this. I saw what I think is the very end of this cutscene, but I didn't know what it means, and now that I know what's going on, I know what's about to happen, and I'm kind of sad. Like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know, like, something that's going to happen soon. And it has to do with whoever this bitch is, who I'm pretty sure is the old Hydro Archon. Wait, so she was in the Horror-Trees the whole fucking time? I saw what the end of this cutscene is? Okay, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh my god. Because I don't remember what part of the cutscene I saw. I just know that I saw a cutscene that definitely looked like the ending of this, but I don't know how far into the ending of it was. Oh my god. Okay, are we back? It looks like ads are done. I hope we're back. Oh my god. I'm gonna click, and they're gonna give us a name. I'm gonna click and they're gonna give us a name. Furina?
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Furina. Who are you?
The sweet sound.
This is folklore.
Marvelous.
This is actually folklore.
A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
Focalor? Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
Ooh.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria, for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in.
So I was close, but this is not what I meant. I thought she was going to be Agiria. I thought this was going to be Agiria. I didn't realize Folklore created a copy of herself. Which means that Fiorina is a fucking Oceanid. That she made to look like herself. Which explains why Fiorina has such a airy feel about her. She's just enjoying life. She's never been human before. That's probably what's been fucking going on. Which, unfortunate, but like...
I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum.
Oh, I'm not on auto. Whoops.
I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
I like that
So
she
you were
talks
also
like,
once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's
oh god, I
hand.
can't remember what they are.
Yes, I was.
Like Jinyon in them, or Jian Yun in them.
I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known.
Adeptus, yeah.
After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be.
Oh.
Anyway, so then I cursed her.
What?
All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles.
She was my perfect creation. Hold on. She was my perfect creation. The one and only thing that I was happy upon making. So anyway, then I threw that bitch in the trash. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's got the same energy as bye, bitch. Like, okay.
Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Farina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it.
Now this is a god.
It's been 500 years. And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Ouch. Never thought I'd actually feel bad for Fiorina, but got it. Jeez, Jesus. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. There she is. There she is, alone on her throne. Oh man, the fight's coming soon. Oh man, I'm excited. Oh boy, I'm genuinely excited. Can I climb up here? No, you're gonna make me go the long way, as you should. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh, look at the lights. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, shining on her from all directions, alone on the stage in her throne. This is beautiful. Oh, W miHoYo. Gorgeous story.
Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules. All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance. Oh, do not jest.
Just let the stage lights go off, please, if only for 1 second.
I am Focalor.
That way I can become myself again. Oh,
I must at all times
I'm gonna cry.
display the utmost elegance and nobility.
I gotta turn off the lights. Turn off all the spotlights. She doesn't want to be the center of attention.
Audience, the performance is experiencing
why are you level 9?
But worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon.
Ow.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
Ooh.
Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword. We'll see about that.
Ooh.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Okay. Alright. Now we know.
Hey, what gives? The audience
A
is
silence
still
without
watching
end.
You know.
Chains.
Guards? Wait, where are the guards?
Ooh.
Guards!
Ma'am, please.
Too late for regrets. I'll protect us.
Ooh.
Right now. Ha! Right here. Emerge. Rain, I let my guard down.
Oh god, here we go. We go. Have the golden ticket. They want me to sit there. Oh boy. I'm gonna cry. Scene 1, before a mirror, Fiorina. Oh, no! Don't make me do it! Oh, I can't even switch to running. Oh, this is ass. This is ass. This is ass. This is ass. No, 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 no. Don't make me do it. Oh my, no. Don't make me do it. Why do I have to do it? Oh.
Farina. Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're...
Hey, Swirly, welcome in. We're about to cry.
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me. What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around. It is the reason why you met me today.
Her eyes are opposite heterochromia because she's in a mirror.
You may have to suffer somewhat.
And that's really pretty.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer? But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting in this world, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other, is it not obvious where the scales should tilt?
You truly are the perfect human. My ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But Should your identity
Hence
be
why she was
revealed,
starting to cry, because she went, oh no, they know everyone's gonna die. I feel so bad. Homegirl really was just like, yep, they fucking figured it out. They figured out I'm not the real deal. Everyone's about to die and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh no.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Being a human
Releases
yourself,
Hylu.
I'm sure you already know what such an entity would be like.
I'm in a food coma? No, you're fine.
Your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity, but contending against humanity.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. I'll try to do this. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure and not grow old until your task ends. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it.
So she felt the trial coming and she panicked. Yeah. Oh, God. I feel so bad, bro. I feel so bad. I don't. Why do I have to do it? Why did you zoom in on that? Please. You guys are actually gonna make me take each individual step. Oh my god, I can't, bro. I'm actually gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. I'm gonna do it.
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese. I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Farina de Fontaine, your new Archon. In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to lead you into an age of fairness and justice. Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise. The future of Fontaine will require us to work together, after all. This should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay.
Realizing that she's a human form of her divine self, that explains why she's able to bullshit so fucking easily. Because even though she's panicking, Focalor is not. So that explains so much, and to why that she stammers only when she's literally caught out there and can't figure out what to do. She's so good at feigning courage and bravery because she's not her, but she is.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an ordinary person, then?
Fuck you guys, bro!
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-backed puppet.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Oh, this is bad. If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy. Right. Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play. Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self, here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Ah, as the lights go off, no one's looking at her. As long as the lights aren't on her, she's fine. As long as she doesn't have attention, she's fine. As long as no one suspects her, everyone is fine.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice
Turn
is
up
most
the
fragrant
drama
when it
in
blooms
honor
up
of Scratz. In honor of Scratz, even though he's not here, turn up the drama.
of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its god. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice. And on the other, praise and applause. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine. There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. All that is needed is for you, my people, to believe in it, heart and soul. So long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as I stand before the Oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
Good shit. You know, I'm proud of her. Understanding the attitude now. This is a very long cutscene. Oh, I can run now.
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now. Was I not just at the Opera House in person? Leave these kinds of things to Neuvillette. Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you truly looking forward to?
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous trial. A trial to end all things. How could you hope to understand?
That's true, I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties. The trial I await. It will come one day.
Oh boy. Ramping up. What is this, every 100 years or so? Is that what's going on? Or is this going to be the meeting with Arlecchino again?
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say. Thank you for agreeing to see me.
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not? Oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence of my divine charm. All right. Deoteria, is it? How is your son's illness?
Deoteria sounds like an illness.
You remembered me, and you knew of my family, too. He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you, and to bring your words back to him.
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate to come and tell me. Going down to citizens' homes every so often, while not usual practice, should serve as a fine change of pace.
You're such a gentle and wise god. Thank you once again, on behalf of my son.
Yay, she's saving people. Just following the spotlight at this point.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of, I'm afraid things still don't look good.
I see. It's as I thought then. At all manner
Oh, I didn't
of
mean to
signs
click. God
indicate
damn it.
that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it. That's not something you need to worry about right now.
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to find a way to counter the rising water levels.
Which is probably what caused the fucking explosion.
Have they found anything?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective solution thus far.
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods after all. Still, their spirit is praiseworthy.
Am I going to be in the bed, or is someone going to be lying in bed?
The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of suspicion. Maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going, and everyone will be saved. All right, Farina, don't think too hard about this. You need rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
I'm not gonna lie, MiHoYo, I really just want to fight the fucking whale.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that. I've seen them already. There's no need to go back over scenes I've witnessed in person before.
Lady Farina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
Indeed, my dear, loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for us both.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Uh-oh.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should anything come up at the Institute.
Oh, so she knew it was gonna hit Poisson first. That's why she feels bad.
I don't think I let anything slip today. I must show the people that there is nothing to worry about. I just don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted. Best to rest early today, too.
Oh, are we gonna keep going through the same thing? I get it. I get it. It's been a long time. A long time. Jesus. Over and over and over again. God, she's in like an everlasting Groundhog Day. Oh my god. Blue.
Lady Farina, it's...
In between each sign, there were scratch marks. She's been marking the fucking days. Oh my god.
I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria, almost 20 generations ago.
And what a fine family yours is indeed. It brings me great joy to meet such a faithful believer, a descendant of a line most ardent.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Farina.
Test. Test a 1, 2. Test a 1, 2, 3. The noti here. We good? Hello? I do think I fixed it. Okay. Alright, I think there might be something up with my router. I'm going to restart my router after we finish this. For safety and stuff. If it drops again, I'm just gonna raid out. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. But I think we got it. I think everyone's here. I hope everyone's here. Hoping that fixed it. Sorry, everybody. Okay. We're all good.
So interminable.
Please just let me know if you notice it buffering again.
So lonely. Just how much longer? Hundreds of years must have passed by now. Perhaps the show must go on for hundreds more. I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my limit? No. Perhaps I reached it long ago. Today I didn't even notice my own tears. I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far? I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. But there's not even a sliver of hope that we might break the prophecy. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine. Please, mirror me. You have to succeed.
Scene 182,376. Is that the amount of days?
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone. Your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Yeah, that's the number of days. Because that's about 500 videos. 500 days. Not 500 days, 500 years.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Huh. Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here.
Still annoying,
And
but
if
now with a
Tevat
purpose,
is
yeah.
in its entirety a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case... He's right. I could confide in him, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price. No, Farina, you shouldn't be selfish. But what if it's really all right? Farina, you've worked so hard for so long. Surely it would be okay to put yourself first for once. Just this once. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows? Surely it could not hurt. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard.
Come on! Sis, please. I don't have much time.
Nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
So what was the fucking point of this cutscene? What? I suffered an internet drop for this?
You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heaven, she did very well.
Oh my
If she
god,
had
bro.
let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Yeah, I just want answers, bro.
Good,
That's all I want.
good. Of course, the Udex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along.
Wow! So that joke that I had made about her being the Oratrice the whole time, like way in the beginning, was funny.
Taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
Huh? I beg your finest pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be, accumulated. to enact this death sentence.
It was all a part of your plan, then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia, had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the oratories. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia, and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your
She's gonna kill herself.
You must be.
Because she is the divine
What's rightfully
throne.
yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
Which technically makes Nouvelette God. If she kills herself, that means Nouvelette's God.
Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
Sis, I'm gonna cry. That's your shit.
I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Nouvelette, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that that was your idea too. At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position.
He's been ruling Fontaine the entire time. Now he's gonna have his power too.
But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalor. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
Oh, God.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but
This is what I saw.
faced with death, I find
But I
myself
didn't hear the
a little
words. I
afraid.
just saw the sword.
Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Not her dancing to her death. Why are all of the gods killing themselves? That's three! That's three gods that we've seen kill themselves! I'm sad too, buddy.
I, Iudex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
And he has the power to do that.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
I don't want to fight him now!
Just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I don't want to fight the whale! I want Folklore back!
Through certain
I forgot
means,
about the
we now have the
wormhole!
ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
Do we have time to do this? Oh god. Oh god. I'm tired of this emotional ass shit, bro. I can't handle this shit. Fuck this whale, bro. I hope I one-shot it, bro. Cause I can't fucking deal with this shit no more, bro. I can't fucking deal with this shit no more. I'm actually upset right now. That was so pretty. They did that so... Fuck this thing, man. Oh, I'm in it. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, all right.
I've already done my best to separate the power of the primordials.
Ow, ow, ow.
Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source.
Whoa.
Unless we can find a way to attack it from within.
Oh, God.
I shall look for a way to get it.
What's up, buddy?
Emerge. Right now. Right here.
I'm nowhere near this guy. I don't like that. I don't know what that means, but I don't like that.
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge. Right now.
I probably can't do anything to it right now. Destroy the Eye of the Maelstrom. Okay. Got it.
Narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Present itself.
Okay. Trigger its hostility. How do you want me to do that? No, no, no. Okay.
Right here. Emerge. Right here.
Did I trigger it? I don't think I triggered it. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh my fucking god! What the fuck is happening? Do you hear this music? What? What? What is it? What's? Oh shit! What the fuck? What the fuck? Who are you?
No, my sword. Let the show begin.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress the root from within.
I don't know how. I'm gonna die!
Manifest the authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial sea.
Oh! What's happening? Okay, mental note, guys. You need new more Weesa for this fight.
Rain outlines your fate.
Oh, okay.
Let me read you a verse.
Okay.
Right now.
Who is this? What's happening?
Right now.
This is fucking lit. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm for it, bro.
Let's dance.
No. Oh my god, it's mini bosses. It's mini bosses. Oh, I love it. I love it. Hi, Zaddy. That was so majestic. Oh my god. Whoa. Who the fuck are you?
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime.
Huh?
Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
Is that N? Is this N? Look at the thigh-high socks. It's N. That's gotta be N.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what
Oh,
she
never mind.
said
Okay, never
earlier,
mind, never
she
mind,
was
never mind, never mind.
Fitzgerald's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, Managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative, it eats too much, and I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Who are you?
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Who the fuck are you?
Being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. His name is Sertologi.
Nigga, who? Oh, I'm trying not to say it as much, but I'm so confused right now.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfalnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Wait, aren't they? Those are dragons. You mean to tell me you were trained by a dragon?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh no, okay, the witches.
So you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person?
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
That says nothing.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne.
Wait.
Only then
Wait.
will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Wait. What? Huh? Oh, he drowned it all. Oh, they're Noah's Ark in this bitch, huh? Are they really hitting us with the Noah's Ark? They're alive.
Hey! Help! Over here!
They're alive. We're good. He's washing. Oh, he's literally washing their sins away. They really hit us with the fucking Noah's Ark. And the Spina oh, that's oh. There it is. There's Noah's Ark. Hi, Retho Pussy. Was waiting for you to pop up.
Hurry! Hey, lend a hand!
Fremine! Save him, buddy! It's a human gotcha game. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Stop. Why did you say that? What the fuck? No. No. Fred, what the fuck? The water's receding. Fucking no. Come on, this is supposed to be a good moment. We're supposed to be celebrating. What the fuck, Freight?
It's a miracle! We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
The prophecy was right, but I mean, like, y'all just lucky at this point, if we're being honest. Good job, Farina.
Are you right?
We're saved. The prophecy.
Oh, that means Fontaine doesn't have an Archon anymore. It has the dragon. And the dragon literally washed their sin. He took all of the primordial seawater out of everybody. And then rained. That's what happened. He took all of the primordial seawater out of everybody and dispersed it. So everybody can just be human.
The soil renewed. The Spina di Rosula talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rosula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, Booner Brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like...
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down.
That's actually really good for a newspaper, just saying.
And their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What sort of...
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on! Let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
So let's see, Lou. Where is it? No? No? Huh. I don't see it on the map. Interesting.
When I'll be as tall as
I wonder why I don't see it on the map.
I wonder
I've technically done it.
Tall as my big sister.
You must fight it again. Is it in the book? It technically is, and she needs it. So let's just...
Big sister.
Oh. I still technically don't have it unlocked. Interesting. I hope I don't actually have to fight it again. Check your info archive. I'll do it in a second, because I want to actually finish this out before anything. Where am I supposed to go? We're going back to Puissant. I'll check the tutorials in a second. Ooh! I didn't mean to do that. Fine. Could it, like, we saved the world. Could it, like, not sound sad for a little bit?
Come on, we can do it.
Hi, Navia.
Navia! Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around. I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Hmm? Oh, the Fatui are here too.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarence?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I just want to say, Clarence's shirt is about to bust open at all times. Like, they didn't even try to hide it.
Well, if we're talking
Like, you
about
can
doing
see
things
skin
for
there.
my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up and smile.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clarand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Wriothesley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
Alright, so now we're going to the Fortress of Meripede with Charlotte. Oh, God. I don't mind wrapping things up. This could have been one continuous cutscene. Just saying. After everything that we just watched, this right here could have been one continuous cutscene.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing it.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom are—
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend.
They really know his art.
If I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh. Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
No.
You
No.
already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well then,
Sis, you guys are very obviously in love.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new
No, don't do it. Don't drink it. That's all I have to say.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegewayne. Over this way.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see.
Oh!
Fontaine's undergone
Look at
some
her
changes.
pose!
but This place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
Yeah, he kind of went into the portal, and we don't know, like, where that happened.
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Cool. I want to talk with God.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next...
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. All right, last stop, the docks.
Why the docks? Oh, back where it all started? Wow. 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 Didn't realize how far that was. God damn. Holy shit. All right. Back to the beginning we go. You want me to take the elevator up? Oh god, it takes so long. Wait, can't I just fucking float down? Hold on. Wouldn't it just be faster if I just jumped? Duh.
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends
Didn't we get them in the beginning? We did.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
That's rude. That's your little brother.
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this.
Poor baby.
He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Oh, he's getting... Yeah, he's not a shy no more.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
What the fuck? Why? But that's 3 Gnosis in a row that we've seen just get handed over. Not threatened, not forcibly taken, just one was like, I'ma fake my death to my people to prove to you that they can survive on their own. Here's my Gnosis. One was like, I need information so I can share it with the travelers, so here's my Gnosis. And then this bitch is just like, oh, well, I mean, I'm the fucking dragon, I'm God, so I don't really fucking need it, so here you go. Like, but it's...
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
Yeah, because now they have
I
5.
agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
Hold on. The Fontaine Archon got rid of her divine throne and thus gave her gnosis back to the dragon. So what are we to say that this does not fit into my theory that the gnosis are getting collected to destroy the heavenly principles and return the world back to the dragons. Maybe that's why he had a change of heart.
So there's some reason for this that only Nervalet knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the Fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The Gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Who this? Is that Arlecchino? Father? Why are you here? Oh, my frames. Sorry, guys.
Father.
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance.
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
Kiss me, Daddy. Damn, calm down.
That's a wrap for me.
She's been on the screen for not even 30 seconds.
You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article.
I've been on my knees since she spoke. Dear Lord, y'all. Do I need to get the water? Do I need to hit the hydrate redeem?
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
You too, I guess. Okay, bye.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Nervalet's doing? I've got to see
Yeah, let's talk to Nervalet at the entrance to the Fortress of Meripede, because even though it's... The entrance is here, but the fortress is all the way the fuck up here. But, I mean, that's none of my business, I guess. Hey, Zeke, welcome in. We're about to talk to the new god. And finally wrap up this goddamn story. It's taken way too damn long. How are you? I'm okay. Griever. Oh, Gravier. I'm okay. I'm having some internet connection issues, and it's disheartening me a little bit, and just in general annoying me. gonna go inside here. I want to see if it's still broken. They didn't say how long it's been. Can you imagine if there's still, like, just a giant hole in here? Okay. Okay, it's fixed. Alright, whatever. But yeah, it's been a general annoyance, and I'm just trying to get back on top of it. Everything's fine. Just got back to dubs with Sassy on Fort. Fuck yeah. I suck at Battle Royale, so I don't play them. I suck at most PvP shooters, if I'm being honest. Hungry as fuck. Go eat then. Whoa. That camera angle almost fucked me up, not gonna lie.
So, you really are here, Neverland. I didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Yeah, thank you for not actually rehashing it, because I don't want to cry again, bro.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored
I'm gonna go eat. I'll either catch you another time or I'll be back. Bye. If I'm not still live, you know I'll be back tomorrow for date night.
But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
So I was right. He basically sucked out the primordial sea water out of their blood and gave them actual human blood, so that they could not be destroyed. Yay. Babe, what? What? Am I understanding that wrong? I'm probably understanding that wrong because he's saying babe. What did I do? Oh, he turned the water into blood. Ah! Ah, okay, yeah, that makes much more sense.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear.
Oh, he's reversed Jesus.
While saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too.
They were all homunculi. Oh, got it.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Alright, here we go.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Focalor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those
Yeah,
couples
we were
did
at the
not
opera
know
house,
that
that's
such
why there's
prayers were
ballet
no mere
music.
custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me before leaving the opera house.
The dragon telling us how
I
babies are
related Fossilor's
made.
words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the opera house, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel.
I love Fiorina. I
In
just feel
truth, I
bad
am
for Fiorina.
somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it?
Yeah, I also have a newfound respect for Fiorina. It just... I wish that wasn't the version of God that she decided that she was going to give. And her signature weapon is a metal pipe. Yeah, that's the best thing about her.
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute.
New Musia?
Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
New Musia. So it's not Numa and Wisa, it's Numa and... Osea.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume.
Oh, I'm excited about that. Tell me a little bit.
I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
Lou, you were right. Lou, you said it. Lou, you said it. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of bishops in Natlan in there. There's gonna be a lot of bishops in Natlan, ain't there? Oh, buddy.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have
Let
entered
me
a form of
ride them. Don't
coexistence with
skip out. Yes, please let me ride a dragon. That would be so awesome.
Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Oh?
The captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
That's everything.
Hang on a sec. Paimon, when we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed.
Is Natlan the island? I think it is. I think it's surrounded by volcanoes. Oh no, the new island that just got added? No. That's not Natlan. Natlan is a whole country.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
So the new island that they added is part Fontaine, part Leeway, part Sumeru. Natland is the next country we're going to visit. Similar to how we've been going through patch 4 point whatever. All of 4 point whatever has been additions to Fontaine. So when we get 5.0, that's going to be Natlan. It's going to be the Pyro Archon land. Which the Pyro Archon, I think, is a girl? I was hoping it'd be a guy, because we're getting a lot of girls, but according to certain possible leaks and subtext in the game itself, I think it's a girl. Dragon Archon? I wouldn't say ancient Dragon Archon, but I would agree.
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
I mean, they said that there were 2 Hydro, but that turned out to be wrong entirely. No. Technically speaking, there were 2 Hydros. You know what I mean? Folklore and Fiorina were both the Archon, technically.
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, is what we just heard. Subscribe, you peasant. Oh my god. Right, what the fuck? Why the fuck would you say that? That's so rude. That's so fucking rude.
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Oh? So the gnosis came from the descenders? So does that mean there's 7 descenders?
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Fowl, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing, but once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, no, honestly.
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
What? That said nothing. That told us absolutely nothing.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check
Is our
it.
twin the foul or something? Maybe.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
I'm the fourth descender? Wait, what? Wait, I'm the fourth descender, but the hydrognosis is the remains of the third descender? So am I in the past or the future? Because there's 7 of these. Wait, what? One, that the Gnosis are related to the Descenders, and 2, that the one who came before me has already died. Are we in a giant samsara? Have I been right this whole time? Are we actually just stuck in a loop?
I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender.
Not Navia. Nahida told us that at the end of the Sumeru story when we were wrapping stuff up, because that was the information she had gotten from Dottore.
I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Probably, since I can take in any fucking element.
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Okay. We did it.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you.
Okay. We did it. We finished the Fontaine story. We have finished all of the story. And now we have these to get through again. And a bunch of these to unlock. Oh boy. Oh boy. So you guys know what's going on now. Oh god. You guys know exactly what's going on. Like, not anytime soon. We're not doing this any fucking time soon. Okay? You don't have to worry about that. We're not doing that anytime soon. Excuse me. But we finally finished the Fontaine story. We did it. We finally did it. Holy. That was an emotional roller coaster that I was not ready for. But now that means we have free access to the rest of the map, and I won't feel guilty for getting people stuck anywhere. Because I still have to get this Statue of the Seven and all of the fucking teleport points, which I will work on my old time. So, fuck it. We did it. I'm proud of us. Fucking hell. That took a very long time. Longer than I thought it was going to. I have to review the thingies. I have to review the results of the poll. I'll post it again tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I am tired. I am sad. I am going to go eat hot chip and cry. Because that was a fucking lot. That was a fucking lot. That was a lot. And I wasn't expecting it. And I'm not disappointed or anything. But just kind of just shocked. Because that was a fucking lot. I'm probably not going to raid out tonight. Because I don't know if my internet's going to travel the curse to someone else. So I'm just not going to do that. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST for our date night. You guys all have a wonderful night. Thank you for sticking around and suffering through the technical difficulties. And I'll be back at 9 p.m. EST tomorrow for some more drama. You guys wanted it. You guys are going to get it. I owe you because I keep skipping date nights. We're going to go on a dreaded date with Malik. Wish us the best of luck. Bring some wine, bring some snacks, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Doodles!